Season 2 is here.
This is Out Loud and Laughing. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode, Season 2 of Out Loud and Laughing. I am Jon.
And I'm Bryan. Hello, Jon.
Hi there. I'm excited for today's episode. Today we're going to kind of talk about pop divas. Bryan has sort of his favorites. I have mine. We might fight about it.
I agree. But before we do that, can I just explain to you how I'm still very angry at you from last night?
Okay. I don't know why, but we're going to find out in real time. What's going on? Talk to me. I'm right here.
So I had a dream last night. It was one of those, like, I don't know if anyone who's listening has had a NyQuil dream where like you are out cold and your mind is they're doing the thing. Like it's like the weirdest dream. I feel like it takes like all your thoughts from like the day and makes something. So
It's like ChatGPT for dreams.
kinda. And you were in it and you were a mess. And I woke up at 6 a.m. upset about it and I couldn't go back to sleep because you were a mess in my dream.
Okay, talk about this mess. I wasn't drunk in your dream, right?
No, no, not that kind of mess. We've moved beyond
Ooh,
that one,
thank God.
Jon.
I know, but listen, I still carry my shame. I had to make sure I wasn't drinking in my dreams.
You mean in mine.
Yeah. All right, I digress.
Okay, so picture this. We're on a roller coaster.
Okay, I love roller coasters. This
Same.
is starting good. Why are you
and
mad?
then somehow half the roller coaster gets disconnected and we have to like stop the roller coaster. So I use my feet, Flintstone style, to slow it down, as one does.
Yabba
And
dabba doo.
and now all of a sudden we're in the middle of the forest. And we're waiting for help. We're waiting for some people to try and rescue us. It was me and you and a bunch of other people. So it wasn't just us two. I don't know the other people, so don't quiz me. And at some point, then I
I was
look,
just gonna quiz you.
you're like, name them. Uh, and now you're walking on a ledge, like with like a river next to it. And these gators are starting to come up and like try and nip you. And this
Like in
reminded me,
in a sexy way or like a wanna eat me
no,
way?
like a want to eat you kind of way.
Ooh,
And
sexy.
this reminds me of
Sexy.
Jon as a little kid who was very daring and didn't give a shit because he thought he was untouchable. And Jon's just pushing the gators away one by one. He's like, guys, it's fine. And I'm like,
Was I just like pushing them or was I like doing it like in a stylistic dancing kind of way? Because you know me.
no, actually, you were doing it in a very much like you worked at a gator like village type of thing where you were like one of like the ringmasters. You like handled them like you knew what you were doing.
Okay, I got this. Okay.
And so I'm still like, Jon, I don't like this. Jon, I don't like this. And all of a sudden, Jon, like 8 alligators jump up and grab you and start eating you. And all I hear is you giggling, saying, oh no,
It tickled.
it tickled.
Bryan, that's horrible.
It
That's so
was,
scary.
it was so, I woke up and I was just like, well, now I'm sad.
I'm so sorry that you had to go through that experience. I'm right here. I didn't get eaten by alligators yet,
Well, the
but I
problem
do
was
live in Florida, so.
I was so mad because you were holding my wallet. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was so mad because you had my phone. God. Oh my God, that's great.
I think it
Well,
was one of those things the way I think it was just one of those things because while you were dying, you were laughing like, oh, that sucks. Like it wasn't even a big deal even in that moment. And I was like, I think that hurt me even more.
yeah, that was just me projecting my survivalist side. But yeah, I probably was really sad that I was being eaten alive by alligators.
Well,
That's that's a thought.
I appreciate that you're here with me today and you're alive and you have all your limbs because those were the first to go when they attacked you. Yeah, so happy to be here with you.
Ooh, an alligator amputee into it.
Oh, wow. That has to be like a grinder profile out there somewhere.
Oh my gosh. um, should we dive in? No pun intended. There are no alligators in this conversation, I promise.
No alligators were harmed in this conversation. Yeah, so let's please dive in.
Yeah, today I think we should focus on pop divas. I think it's a huge conversation in the gay world. As a matter of fact, this last weekend I was on a boat and we were talking about Kylie Minogue. Really
Mm.
quick, funny story. A random friend, I guess, they had invited each other to a Kylie concert, and the guy was really excited to go to the Kylie Jenner concert. He didn't realize it was a Kylie Minogue concert. So there's a running joke that every Kylie Minogue song is now sang by Mrs. Jenner over there. But anyways, I think we should dive into like conversations about favorite pop divas and see if there are some overlaps, and then also see where I can slap you in the face about not understanding why I love somebody so much.
I completely agree. Let's jump in because I think what's interesting in gay culture are there's so many different like common stereotypes on like, oh, this person is a gay icon, you have to like them as being a gay person. And I feel like not all of us always fit into those specific molds. And I'm interested to see how much you and I align on some of these gay icons and what we actually think about them. And again, we may not get make best friends in this episode.
Yeah, and I want to be clear. The format today is we're gonna do two each. You know, Brian selected two, I selected two. I
Yes,
think that there is a slew of pop diva icons and
so
gay icons
many.
that we will not cover today. So don't come for us. Don't come for us. We just don't have. We just don't want to take up all your time.
Don't come for us, come on us. Let's start this.
Um, let's kick her off. I mean, listen, the pop royalty list is exhaustive, like we just said. Madonna, Gaga, Beyonce, Britney, Ariana Grande, Robin, the dude that dancing on my own guy from America's Got Talent. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, that's just George Michael, yeah, RuPaul. Listen, guys, you know the list. Brian, who's on your list? Who's the top for you?
Well, I mean, it should go without saying that obviously the one person who's at the very top of my list is Britney Spears. And it's not just
Oh,
about her
hands
being a gay
down.
icon or her music. She's a feeling, she's nostalgia, she's resilience, she's pure pop joy, and it's all rolled into one, and that is Miss Britney Spears.
Wow, Brian, you really just gave her the world. And, you know, I'll tell you, I love what you said about her being a feeling. I do remember when Hit Me Baby One More Time came out, which was her debut single.
Mm,
And I remember that music video viscerally. The pier,
yeah.
the white outfits, the basketball court, the sitting on the convertible. Like, that was our childhood. And it very much symbolized freedom and sexiness and owning your own space. I think she really did a good job of coming into that for our generation, anyway.
Well, I feel like she just didn't sing songs, but she created moments, right? So like you think about the VMA performances, the music videos, like especially as being kids who were like in closet, out of closet kind of situation, you and I were like we were peeking out the closet, you know, to get the light in, or at
Yeah.
least the rainbow. And so for us it was more like watching her on TV and seeing
Yeah.
all these dance moves. It was more around like of course, our parents like, oh, good, our kids are watching really pretty women on TV. But for us, we were like, I want to do that dance move. I want to wear that outfit. I want to be that, you know?
Well, and I don't know if you remember, you mentioned the VMAs. One of those performances that sticks out in my memory is the one that they collaborated with in Sync, and they're sort of
Mm,
in all of those desk chairs, and they had those
yeah.
lockers behind them, and Britney popped out from the back in her black leather outfit. Like, I mean, I see it. But what I was gonna say was that Britney Spears also brought like gay dance characters to stage. Remember, and I'm TJ,
Oh, we know
that guy,
TJ.
one of the
Oh, yeah,
dancers,
TJ, for
and
sure.
you know, for me, it was like, oh wow, this is kind of starting to go mainstream.
Hmm.
I remember that part. Now, I do want to caveat everyone that Britney Spears is sort of like at the bottom of my list, and I'd like to say
Ooh.
why.
I want to hear why, because I might just hang up this, little session.
Well, okay, so it's more because I'm a perfectionist, and it has nothing to do with her personally. Let's say that. But
Okay.
did get to see her in Vegas at her Vegas show at
Oh,
the
yeah.
where was she? Planet Hollywood.
Uh-huh.
And I think that this was during her more lucid years where she was medicated and probably also going through all of that awful personal stuff, including her conservatorship. And so I get it now. I think when I saw the performance. I just had like really high expectations. I was a little bit more egotistical. And she just sort of like didn't perform up to like what I was expecting for that one performance. But looking back at sort of everything that she's produced and her entire repertoire of film and media and moments, to your point, like while she is at the bottom of my list because I find her voice slightly annoying, and I'm not saying that she can't sing, I'm just saying that it's a little whiny for me. I get it. I completely get it, and I support it, and I don't judge it, and I love it for you.
Well, let me try and move her up your list if I can. Let me just try. Give me a
Okay,
minute.
let's go.
Okay, so why I feel like, well, first, the Vegas thing she was forced to do. She didn't want to do
Yeah,
it. It's already documented that her people, her dad made her do it to make money. So she said, I'm going to do it, but I'm
duly
not going to do it
noted.
to the, yeah, I'm not going to do it to the best of my ability. So you saw one of her low points. I acknowledge that. But I feel like Britney is such a icon for the gays because her story particularly was all around her fight for freedom. And it echoed themes around authenticity and liberation that I think resonates with our community. And I think she's a survivor, which also is something that as queer people, we are constantly trying to kind of get there. And so that's why the whole Free Britney movement and stuff is she was forced to do so many things like we were in our own respects. And I feel like this was someone that showed us that, yes, she's crazy now, but I think a lot of the medicine and stuff has just made her crazy. But she is who she is today because this is who she wants to be. And that is what I respect about her. And so while I do miss the performer, the singer, the person that we grew up with, she's no longer that. But I respect the person that she has come to be because she is who she wants to be, if that makes sense.
Hashtag not yet a girl, not yet a woman.
Just like all of us. I got you.
Yep, I was saying it for you specifically.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Also, a really good music video. So I will bow down from Britney. We know that I will never back down from her. I do think, though, to your point, you don't have to love her, but a gay stereotype is that you should, right? And I think it's okay if you don't. I judge you, but I think it's okay.
Yeah. And I also think it's okay if you like some things and not everything, right? Like,
Huh,
if they're not
yeah,
your favorite one, if they're not your favorite, then you could have favorite moments. I do have favorite Britney moments,
cool.
favorite Britney
Yeah,
outfits. Yeah.
totally. Who's yours?
Except well, before we move on, I just wanted to share one year I threw this epic Halloween party at my apartment in San Francisco, and a girl came dressed as Britney Spears, but from the
Which one?
Toxic video. So the
Ooh,
bodysuit with all of the sequin on it. And for like the rest of the 3 or 6 years that I lived there, I was finding sequins on the floor. It was hysterical. I was like, oh, it's Britney, bitch.
real talk, real talk. And and hopefully she's not your friend anymore. How was her?
She's not.
Did she look good in it, or did she try too hard?
Brian, this Halloween party was probably and will go down as the best Halloween party not only that I've ever thrown, but the costumes were insane. It's on my personal Insta. It's linked in our thing. Just go scroll the real John Ruiz. You'll see it. Like there was people dressed in like
Love
costumes
it.
that would have blown your mind. Yeah, it was awesome. But something that someone who didn't get costume chosen or dressed up as or wasn't at the Halloween costume and is at the top of my list is Brian. What do you think about Pink?
Ooh, pink. Yes. Okay. Pink.
So here's my thing, right? Like, obviously, there's like the obvious ones, the Whitneys, the Mariahs. Like, I have so many top favorites, but I thought Pink would. I was gonna put mine on, Brian, my little pink fuzzy, yeah, pink powder puff. I love it. We have these pink microphone covers that we're debating whether we should use or not, and Brian is puffing his face with it, but that's okay. I love it. Very pink of you.
Very pink.
Um, but I think Pink gets like sort of like brushed under the rug a little bit, and
Mm-hmm.
and what I really like about Pink is that how she bridges not only the gay man community, but she's also very much so loved and idolized by the lesbian community.
Yes.
And so I find her to be like um, uh, mesmerizing in that sense that she's able to allude to both people. Now, let's not get it twisted. Her short hair probably helped in a lot of that, and her very beefy athletic build.
All of
I
it.
think that there's a lot of sort of more masculine forward attributes there that I find just sort of stereotypically same ways you can say effeminate for man, gay, like, masculine for male. There's something interesting about that juxtaposition. But she just like, on top of like being an incredible performer, an acrobatist on top of it, she's an incredible vocalist, like trained in the gospel, like has like a lot of soul in her voice. Some collabs that I love of hers is her and Kelly Clarkson, which is, I'm like, that's untouchable, especially for our gen. But in terms of moments, because I too believe that she's brought some really great moments to the screen and the stage. I don't know if you remember a song that she sang. It's not one of her more popular ones, but it's a very beautiful one, so you should go listen to it. It's called Glitter in the Air. And she literally sang the whole thing in like what was a sling that she climbed into
I love a
after
sling.
unrobing. Me, I'm so into slings. Maybe that's why I like this performance so much. I really want to do it once in my life like that. But no, it like dipped her in water, this pool of water, and then it lifted her off the stage and over the audience, and she's spinning and she's singing, and it's like a flawless performance. I even remember Oprah doing an episode on just that performance, asking what was going on with Pink and what was in her mind. She's just an incredible person, and I love how authentic she shows up, and she's
Mm.
also shared her parenting journey. There's a lot, Brian. There's a lot there. I'm into it.
I waiting to react, you know? You're giving me the
I know. I'm
laundry list.
sorry. I gave you a
You're
lot. I gave you a lot.
I didn't know how passionate you were for a color and artist.
Brian, I was talking about the color the whole time.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's a
There's an
singer named
artist named
Pink.
Pink. There's a singer named Pink.
Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness.
I've okay, go ahead.
No, I like Pink. She's definitely not at the bottom of my list. She's definitely at the top of my list. But I
Fair
do. I
enough.
think she is amazing vocals. Definitely a gay icon because for the longest time I thought she was gay. She's not. A lot of her parenting styles, the way she parents her daughter and talks about it, I love to make her feel inclusive and included, especially when she has felt alienated. Apparently, people have picked on her because of her looks.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I also think back to some times when Pink has really inspired me. And one was Lady Marmalade. Marmalade? Is that how
Uh,
you say it?
uh, yeah,
Uh,
Marmalade.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to bring this back full circle is there was a Pepsi commercial with Pink, Beyonce, and Britney Spears, and iconic,
And Britney Spears.
iconic.
Yeah.
You know, because
You
so
know,
because
for
Pink worked with Britney Spears is why she's not on my list.
I love that you have reasons. It's why Britney's not at the bottom of mine anymore. I guess she's moving up because she's worked with Pink. Good call. Um, No, but I mean, she writes her own music, which is crazy. And for her to sing along some of these singers, I mean, to your point, the Lady Marmalade. I mean, that had up and coming Christina Aguilera, who ate up every microphone she got in front of, and both in a negative and a positive way. She really was like a, you know, kind of like a really hungry pop star at the time, and trying to break through. But I like Pink because even in those moments where she's like collaborating with these amazing pop stars, her voice stays authentic.
Yeah,
She still gravels with that soul, and that paired with that softness, and it really exemplifies what I think has been her most successful secret sauce to her success. Oof, I made that up, and what a consonants filled sentence, but wow, it continued. But that she is like the anti-pop icon.
mm,
Like she's like had so much to say about fame, and in doing so, it's only made her more attractive. She's
yeah,
so real.
I agree. I'm sold.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
No, I'm selling the audience because I'm thinking that there's somebody listening right now who's like fuck Pink, and I'm like about to shut this whole thing down.
Again, the color, not the artist.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean,
I
okay, so let's keep moving.
Yeah, let's keep moving because I know we want to. Yeah, okay. My last one is, and this one's my hot take, is Madonna, and I say Madonna because I don't put her at the top of my list, and she's probably closer to the bottom of my list. And I say that because one year, I think I've mentioned it before. One year I went to three concerts. One was Bette Midler, one was Madonna, and one was Cher. And when I put all three together, Madonna was horrible. I did not like it. I wasn't entertained, and I was actually really sad about it. But I feel like as much as gay men we're supposed to love Madonna, hot take, don't care.
Wow. First of all, that sounds like one big gay year.
Oh yeah, I got my platinum card that
Bet
year.
share Madonna.
Yeah.
What was it? What was it for you that made you sort of like lose that allure? Because I feel like she has allure from just her legacy.
She has 80s and 90s allure, but when you see the person in the 2010s, when almost like it's like I feel like it might be like if Britney Spears performed today, like it's just not in you anymore. And when you see a 60 plus year old trying to act like they're 20 again, I just it hit differently. And while I respect the songs, I respect the work she's done. From an icon standpoint, I'm just like, if someone's like, "Do you want to go to a Madonna concert?" I might say no. Like I'm less like a prayer and more like I need a nap, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, except if you're Cher. I mean, that bitch, A, she
If
doesn't age.
that is different. That is top of my list, share. I think you and I automatically agree. Goddess.
That's an anomaly. She's an anomaly. She's an anomaly
Yes.
for sure.
But Madonna,
She's wait, hold on, I have it. She's an anomaly for Cher. Did that land? I don't
nope,
know.
it didn't land.
No. Wow, just like all the airplanes today. I'm just kidding. Especially since you're getting on one in a few hours.
Seriously. Oh my goodness. Knock on wood.
Another person who flies private.
Yes.
Top of my list.
Okay.
How could we not mention Le Queen Beyonce?
Oh, we don't have to mention her.
You better not. You better stop right there. The
Okay,
second reason why I'm shutting this shit down today.
my favorite Beyonce song is when she's not singing.
Oh my god. You're rude. You're rude. You're rude. You're
Okay,
rude.
I like Beyonce, so don't come for me, everyone. But I like Beyonce in Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child, please. Like Beyonce solo singer, she's done so much.
She has, and I respect her for it. She's just not top on my list. I
All
don't
right, here
get
we
the
go.
allure of a Beyonce.
Here we go. I I get it. She's a very different kind of artist.
Mm,
Her vocals are very non-traditional. I feel like she has this very like this undulating voice that's sometimes hard to follow. Like it's really weird. I get it. I'll tell you some of the reasons why I like Beyonce aren't necessarily for her music or her vocals.
okay, I'm listening.
I think she's an incredible creative director.
Yes, she's very creative. I agree.
She's incredibly creative. I love the way she has taken some of the hardships that the music industry has faced during the transition of individual music song sales to streaming media, and sort of how she has been an influence to artists to do these like really spontaneous album drops and overnight song drops. It just keeps
Mhm.
them like unique, and she was part of that. So from how she approaches her brand experience to how she portrays it on stage. Right now, I think on TikTok they're showing a lot of her. She has a new whiskey out, I guess, and on stage during one of the songs, she's sitting on this completely fabricated for her show custom chair that has a robotic arm that holds her whiskey, and it like animates and pours the whiskey into a glass as she's sinking down back into her stage and she's sipping on it. It's like epic. And not to mention her film stuff. Her music videos are always full of such artistry and culture, and she does all the work to bring the most rich visual experience to her music, and I love that. I mean, it's the reason why I like Gaga too, and I really enjoy creative artists. But I'm putting Beyonce in there.
Okay, put Beyonce in there. I think that's great. I don't disagree that she's a powerhouse woman. She's done a lot in the industry. She is definitely like a feminist at heart, like full on female power, all of that. I just don't get excited to hear an album if it comes out. And I think like the most recent country thing, it weirded me out that not that she did country because I think she had a right to do country. It's that her album had the least amount of views, but yet she won the Grammy for best album. So it just feels a little like what they're doing, what her and Jay-Z do in the industry to like get things done. You know, their daughter's on The Lion King and she's on stage, and I'm like, they just feel like the stage parents that I never want. I don't know. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I get that. I mean, yeah, it's fine. I get it. I get it. I
Just
don't
come
think
for
that
me in the
everybody's
comments.
perfect. No, come for me in the comments too, because I don't disagree with anything you just said. I'm actually really surprised with how this conversation went. We like each other more than I think we think.
We always liked each other. We just don't like each other's hot
I'm just
takes.
I'm just kidding. Change your music. Don't share your playlists with me. Keep your playlist to yourself.
Oh,
No, but I just want to close it off with, if you've not seen Black is King on Disney Plus, and watch it in installments because it's long and it's rich. It's really cool. Like, it's
oh,
not even like her music. It's just really cool.
I love a good
Well, it
Disney
is her
adult moment
music,
from
but
you, John.
thank you. See, I'm pretty cool. It's
Well,
not an out loud and laughing episode if John doesn't bring up Disney.
that is true. Listen, I gotta run. I got things to do. I love
Me
you. Gotta
three.
go. Hanging up.
Me too.
Bye.
This was Out Loud and Laughing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We're available everywhere you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple, iHeart, or wherever.